Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get risque every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Welcome here. Wednesday, moving on through the week. Trying to get there, baby. Holiday's going to be here before you know it. Well, the holidays are here, but Christmas is going to be here before you know it.
They are here, baby.
Yeah.
I got to hustle my buns to the post office today and put packages in the mail.
But this is a part of the holidays I think people don't take time to enjoy. You're in the middle of it right now. You should be enjoying this outer part of the holidays.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're on the 9th.
Every day should be enjoyable,
yeah.
Hanukkah kicks off tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch some Christmas movies or Hanukkah, whatever your flavor is. Get in the mood.
Do they have Hanukkah movies? They have Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. I think it's an animated one.
Okay.
How many other Hanukkah movies do they have?
That's based on just the holiday.
I think that's, because you got a gazillion different Christmas movies, but if you're like, I just want a good old-fashioned Hanukkah movie.
It's a great question.
What are your options?
I'm sure they're out there, but they're probably movies you've never heard of.
I'm just curious, how many options do you have if you're Jewish? And I think it is kind of fascinating. I am not Jewish, if you did not know, but my wife comes from a Jewish background. And it's kind of interesting to see, with the Hanukkah thing, because I didn't realize with the hype that you get around, it's Hanukkah, you always got to throw that in there, especially in South Florida. We have a lot of Jews living in South Florida, is that I didn't realize it doesn't rank that high on the most important days for Judaism.
It's not their blowout holiday like Christmas is for Christians.
It ranks down. You got your Yom Kippur, your Rosh Hashanahs, all that kind of stuff. That's the big deal. Those are the heavy hitters.
Okay.
So I think it's really just kind of a balance, because if you grew up Jewish and your family was a little bit more strict and you didn't celebrate Christmas, then you probably just kind of grew up with that feeling of like, oh man, it's everywhere I go, there's movies and music, and the damn radio station doesn't play anything but these Christmas songs. So it's probably always in your face. That I get it. They'd be like going, you know what? We got Hanukkah around that time. We need to kick that up a little bit. We can do 8 days of presents. You know what? We can kick Christmas's ass, actually. And I think that's what they said. I mean, would you rather have 8 nights of gifts or just 1 day of gifts in the morning?
I mean, 8's kind of awesome.
It is kind of awesome.
The cool thing about that is that you're guaranteed 8. The bad thing about that is you're locked into 8.
I mean, I think 8 is a solid amount of presents.
Oh my gosh! After the age 12, I don't think I got 3 presents.
8 good ones that you love, every single one of them. That is a home frickin' run.
And we're not counting a calendar. We're not counting his socks. We're not counting underwear.
Amen.
Unless you love underwear. If you got panties.
If you got panties.
What?
If you got panties, I know women love panties. I hate saying panties to you, though.
Why have you said it 8 times then?
It comes out of my mouth. I don't know, dog.
Panties.
Spanish. Yeah. So, if that's your thing, then tomorrow the fun starts for you with Hanukkah. Grant in the chat room thinks that Jaybird and Suits should play Shot Collar Dreidel.
Bring it on, Soups. I want the fight.
Yeah, I think Suits will tell you, because a lot of the Jews that I know, they're Jews, and there's the Jews who are Jewish by blood, and that's what my wife is. She's got Jewish blood in her. And then you have Jews that are practicing, that really they get it. They observe the high holy days and go to temple and things like that.
So am I worst at being Italian, or is Suits worse at being Jewish?
Y'all are both pretty poor.
It might be a good, tomorrow might be the day to have the quiz to see who is the worst representation
of their culture.
Is Italian or Suits with Jews.
Because I'm pretty bad, Soups. I'm not good. We've
How
proven
bad of a
that.
Jew are you, Suits?
I'm pretty bad. I mean, I haven't even really celebrated much of the holidays since I was a kid. We just, like you said, we're kind of just Jewish in name. We don't really practice.
Yeah.
Like, I found out Hanukkah was on Friday on Monday. I had no idea what day it was this year, so I'm pretty bad.
Yeah. I think it actually kicks off tomorrow, doesn't
Well,
it?
it's kind of tricky.
Thursday night, technically.
Thursday night, okay.
It's a floating holiday. It's not like Christmas
They
where
change
you
the
know.
dates on us all the time.
Yeah.
It's not really fair.
That's,
a lot to keep
that's
up
not
on.
totally on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I might do worse than Bird. I'm pretty bad.
Okay.
Pretty bad, dog.
Do you know, like, if we did shot collar dreidel, like, I know it looks like a top and it's got Hebrew writing on it, but I don't know much about what the dreidel is
I'd have
about.
to look it back up. We used to do it when I was a kid. It's actually gambling, really, when you spin it, because the different symbols would mean, you have to land on a symbol. They're a hierarchy of the order of the symbols, so a certain symbol will beat a different one. That's how you play the game. I don't remember the order that it's in, though.
Is it kind of like war, but with a top?
Kind of. Whoever gets the better symbol gets the pot of money that is sitting there. That's kind of what you do. You'd have like pennies, and we'd set them all up and we'd play dreidel.
You know I love to gamble.
He does.
I'll figure out what the symbols are, and we'll see if we can find a dreidel, and then maybe we can do some shot collar dreidel tomorrow.
Let me see if I have one at home. There might be one in one of the junk drawers or something that we have sitting around. So
Okay, yeah. Let me
I'll
know.
have to bring that in.
Text me on that. And I think tomorrow I'll do a Hanukkah fact or fiction. Maybe you versus the bird. If nothing else, we could do that. I'll throw some Hanukkah facts at you and see how well you do there.
This should be interesting.
You're going down, Soups.
Yeah, maybe I'll just throw you in there with a little shot collar action.
Yeah, why am I?
Yeah, you're right. Why are you involved? It's not
Jewish.
Italian. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not Jewish.
Yeah.
We just like to see you shocked.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do a little shot collar fact or fiction with Suits tomorrow then.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, it sounds like Soups is going to be cooked.
He's going to be matzo ball soups.
Oh! It's a terrible joke. But if you go, it kind of hides.
It's kind of like sauce on a joke.
Yes, it is. And you go
Joke sauce.
If you go,
Joke sauce, yeah.
It helps out that
It's kind of
part.
like if you have a bad steak, you can put like some sauce on it. Be like, okay, all right.
That's why Denny's
Covers it up a little bit.
Denny's an amazing friend. You say something really not very good. Denny's like, oh, he gives you a little bit of sauce.
Okay. All right, this is a fun topic. Maybe the most fun I had. I'm not sure if anybody else enjoyed it, but just talking about show your age with a restaurant or a business. You've got your Blockbusters. You've got different businesses that have gone out that you could say is Circuit City, and you're like going, okay, you're dating yourself back to like the 90s or the 2000s, depending upon when that business went away. And there was a lot of great local stuff people were just like nonstop on. And I got a follow-up email here from Marcel. Noel sent this in. Said, like Jaybird, I grew up loving all things Lake Park, North Palm, and literally lived years of my life at the Twin City Mall with stores like Fountains, Jefferson's, Lad and Lassie Shoes, Paperback Booksmith, Orange Bowl, Pantry Pride. My dad called it Panty Prize.
I mean, we
Maybe
spent
that's
so
where you
many.
got panty from.
That's where we spent so many hours at Pantry Pride. That's where my brother got fake mugged.
Yeah. Actually, somebody's trying to return his money, and he thought he was getting mugged. Jolly Giant Hoagies.
That I said Jolly Green Giant on the air yesterday. That was my mistake. It's Jolly Giant, and it was so good. They had the best pizza sub.
Okay.
Oh, it's making my mouth water.
Oxbow Gift Shop, and of course, caramel corn with a K. I can smell the intoxicating aroma just looking at this photo. It says 55 years of making delicious caramel corn from 1931 to 1986.
That's the place where the hot girl worked. My mom would make me go ask for the caramel corn, and they'd give me a big fucking trash bag full of caramel corn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That place right there. Man, that's giving me a flashback.
Yeah, if you're watching KVJ TV right now.
Does she know the guy that is in the picture, that old ass picture
Don't
of
know.
the caramel corn place, or did she just have that in her repertoire?
Don't know.
That's from '86. That
She
picture.
might have pulled that offline, something like Google
Okay.
Images or something.
That glass gazebo she speaks of, that's where people would go to buy their pot memorabilia. And there was rumors, too, that there was some pot being sold there. It was the 80s.
Memorabilia or paraphernalia?
I meant paraphernalia. Did I say memorabilia? Well,
It's like pot quilts you hang on the wall.
Technically, they had that too. They had pot memorabilia as well. I'm a big dumb idiot.
Noel said, I want to set the record straight and defend Sweden House, which was next to the North Palm Beach Country Club. I think Jaybird is referring to Holiday House.
I am.
That his mom and Ann loved, which was across US 1 from Kelsey Park and was more low budget than Sweden House.
There was a Sweden House and a Holiday House?
She's right, and I remember both. I got it confused. She schooled me on the Lake Park facts.
Even though old ladies still stuffed sugar in Sweet and Low packets and the glass, salt and pepper shakers in their purses at Sweden House, it was way better than Holiday House and no roaches. Love living in North County. Have a great Wednesday. Thank you.
Aww.
That's an awesome email. That Chinese restaurant I always tell you about where my mom and Ann were eating and they found the roaches and they blamed my mom and Ann of putting the roaches in the rice. That's in Lake Park.
Really?
Yep. That was right. In fact, that was right by where you lived at in Lake Park.
Really? By Bay Reach?
Bay Reach is right behind there. That's where that Chinese restaurant was at with the roaches.
Over by the Publix?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where that Publix is where Pantry Pride was at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something for our Palm Beach County people and something for our Miami-Dade. Karen in Pembroke Pines said on yesterday's show you were talking about showing your age name in the stores, and I want Virginia to know that since she was so excited about the bomb squadron that used to be at Palm Beach International Airport where you could go and they had a great brunch and you could watch the planes flying in and listen to the air traffic control. She said there is a restaurant at MIA where you can watch the planes while listening to air traffic control. The name of the restaurant is 94th Aero Squadron.
Okay.
So check that out, 94th Aero Squadron at MIA. And also here in Pembroke Pines, we still have a Piccadilly cafeteria, and yes, it's all old people.
Aww.
Yeah.
I just remember the Piccadilly. They always had eggs out. You could grab an egg. Ugh.
And the lady behind the counter is always saying the same thing. Serve you. Serve you.
I like cafeteria food, but the Piccadilly grosses me out.
Yeah. I could see that. Makes sense. Also, somebody sending in an email here that would like to remain anonymous about the allergy to water. Jay, were you talking about that? Said, I am one of those people. While I don't get a reaction from drinking water, I do get highs if my body gets wet and cold.
What?
Not only am I allergic to water, I am allergic to the cold as well. Mix those two, and I end up covered in hives. I haven't always been this way. This recently began happening about 4 years ago. I'm able to shower with no issue, but I cannot be wet and cold at the same time. Pool just being wet in general. The attached photos are from being caught in the rain and sitting in a Blue Man Group show for an hour or so. So anyway, you can see that she's got her legs are all red and well
Just from wet and cold.
It's a real thing.
I kind of have that a little bit too. I guess she's talking about that. Yeah, there's something about me, my body. That's one reason I'm in South Florida. I do not react well in the cold. I am a big wuss.
The KVJ show says hell no to H2O. Can I get an amen on that?
Yes, we do. We support all snack pack music.
Well, just that as a philosophy. You don't love water, do you?
I do. I do.
Oh, fuck, never mind.
I love it with a little lemon. I think it's super hydrating. I have no aversions to it like you do.
You love it. Like, you get excited for lemon water.
Yeah, if I'm thirsty, I will go to town.
You believe this horse shit, Kev?
No, she does. I think I see her drinking a lot of water.
That's all I drink. If you see me in here in the morning, I'm drinking water.
Do you love water, Kevin? Love it?
I do when I'm working out, but that's the only time. Yeah, if you have a certain kind of thirst, yeah, water is perfect for that. But most of the time I don't. And I do try to drink 2 big tumblers of it a day, but for the most part, I like to have some flavoring with it because I don't typically just love plowing down water.
And I have an old-ass throat. I think if I didn't drink as much water as I do during the show, I would not be able to talk.
You got that oat?
I got that oat.
Old-ass throat.
Old-ass throat.
Damn, Virginia got kids to the oat.
You look in there, it's all dusty.
You ain't the goat, you're the oat.
I'm the oat.
I got an email here from Ariel in Parkland, and she is from the YouTube chat. Ariel Labella, longtime listener, 10 plus years, just had email regarding the best film I've seen in a long time, The Gentleman, directed by Guy Ritchie. It's amazing. Great plot, great characters, great clothing, dialogue, soundtrack. Absolutely wonderful. Matthew McConaughey plays the lead, and he is a marijuana kingpin in London who's attempting to retire from the game. Hugh Grant, Charlie Hunnam, and Colin Farrell also co-star in the movie. Yeah, I have talked about this before, and I agree with you. Kevin and Jaybird, I know how much you love a tailored, well-dressed gentleman. I do. She recommends this highly, and it is good. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely, I would say go for it. Solid.
There's a good one I think you would like. I watched over the break called The 12th Man. It's a Nazi movie.
Oh, okay.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And it's a very good story. I don't want to ruin it for you, but
Yeah.
and it was in it had the subtitles, and I still loved it. And I'm not a subtitle kind of guy.
12th Man, it's a movie that you would like rent.
It's on Netflix right now for free. Yes,
Netflix.
It's on
12th
Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
Virginia, you would absolutely hate it.
Okay.
I'll add that to my list.
You would really. I thought of
Yeah.
you the whole time.
Oh, really?
Well, not the whole time. I don't want to sound creepy.
Yeah. All right. Baby.
I think of you a lot when I'm at home by myself,
laying in bed thinking of Kevin,
touching it.
touching it.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. Right there it is. Yeah. And boom. Add it to my list. My list is getting ridiculously long. I've got to, during the break, I have to just be late. I have to commit myself to just watch TV and do nothing else.
Look, I told you I am very interested in doing the Kev Bird Movie Club.
Yeah. Just watch it.
Well, do you know, we watch a movie. We don't have to be in the same room, but we watch it and then we talk about it, and other people can watch it along with us.
Yeah. And
You
check
don't want
it
to be
out.
in the same room because he's going to touch it.
He's got a dog. I don't want the dog to see it.
That'd be weird.
Now, will you touch it if you go to Kevin's house to watch movies? Because that's weird.
I wouldn't touch it regardless. You always make it so I'm fucking around over here. Then you Barbara Walters me with a question that, no, I would not touch it.
When they got new stuff, I'm looking at the stuff that is trending now. It's just too much stuff, man. Crazy. It all looks so good.
That's why I like Five Guys burgers. You go in there and you know that the menu's not overwhelming. There's something to be said about a simple menu.
It's burgers, it's dogs, it's grilled cheese, and it's fries.
Too many options. It creates confusion, Kev. It's too much.
Yeah, I get it, and it really is. I'm kind of looking at the top 10 on Netflix right now. They do still have The Grinch on there. Maybe you got to rush to go see that because I heard it is going away. The Crown is on there, and The Queen's Gambit is at number 6 that they got right now on the top 10
Oh,
of
that's
the
the
USA
one
Today.
you like about chess.
I'm one episode from finishing it. Yeah, it's very well done, and you don't need to be. It's just a well done show. You ever see a show with good characters
Yeah.
and good drama, and it is. You ever have that where you just the anxiety they make, where you know that the character is about to make some really bad decisions and basically mess up their life? Do you get overly? My first reaction, I almost grabbed the remote and fast forwarded it.
I know.
I
'Cause you're
do
like,
that.
don't do it.
You're like, I can't watch this. It's
there's-
going to be so bad. You know they're about to just ruin their life.
Well, sometimes in some of the horror movies, you know there's going to be a 90-second
Yeah.
of them walking. Hello, John, is that you? I like I get to right where they get killed sometimes because the anticipation.
Well, they make it so you love the character and you want to see the character succeed and do well. And they're at that point where you know they're about to just ruin everything. And you're like,
So the chick from the Queen's Gambit, you really liked her. She's likable.
she's good. The characters are very well done. The acting is very well done. The plot, somehow they've made a person who does chess exciting.
Huh.
And there's no real big names in it. Anya Taylor-Joy, I don't know anybody that's in it, so it's not riding on big names. It's just, I think, well done. So that's one to check out. And a lot of people are talking about that. It's 7 episodes, which makes it nice and easy.
Oh, that is attainable.
Of varied length. None is more than an hour, but I think some are even 40 minutes. And then you got another one I just added, Selena the series. I wonder if that's going to be any good. It's about the singer Selena.
Oh, well, we love Selena.
We do. She talk about endearing and likable.
Rest
oh my
in peace.
gosh.
That's
Yeah.
where I loved J-Lo in that movie.
J-Lo was Selena.
She did a really good job.
She did a great job.
But it was that movie and her role in Anaconda that really got me to be a J-Lo fan at the time.
Okay. I'd like to hear if anybody's seen that and if that's good. I mean, it's ranking at number 1, but maybe they're doing that to trick you into watching it.
Exactly what they do.
That's
That'd
what
be
I
us
thought.
doing a KVJ trending. Oh, make sure you watch this bit. It's trending number 1 with KVJ.
Yeah.
It's trending number 1, so we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the most watched? That's what I'm curious about. Like, does Netflix ever tell you what the most watched show on their platform is? Or do they just put out what they want you to believe is
It
trending?
just says top 10 in the U.S. today. So I don't know what that means.
It's all lies and trickery, Virginia.
Yeah.
Netflix are liars. You know this.
I know. In my heart, I do. But I just want the truth. Can someone please just tell me the truth?
Who gives a frog's fat ass? Just watch the Selena special.
Maybe I'll just stay home and touch it.
Well...
And I do want to hear if somebody would let me know about Hillbilly Elegy. That is on Netflix as well. And it seems like something I need to watch because it is about a Yale law student that goes back to his Ohio hometown. And it's in my area. It's in Appalachia.
Okay.
You know, where all the, jacked up people are.
And he went to Yale, so he's got his stuff together.
Yes. And so he comes back, and that's kind of it. Because I've heard some people around my area not real happy with how they're portrayed.
The truth sometimes hurts.
They never are in that area.
They are, no, because anything that shines a light on southeastern Ohio, it's just, really messed up people, no teeth.
You wake up from a coma, and it's 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
You are living in Logan. You own the pizza place, but
Pizza Crossing, yeah.
you're crushing the game. Are you depressed with your life, or are you happy where you're at?
To me, you got to find joy in whatever your circumstances. So I'd find a way to enjoy it, but it's not where I want to be. And honestly, it's not because of the people or the place. Really, I hate the cold. Going even to Atlanta, and it looks like winter there. I don't like winter. It's so freaking depressing,
It can
man.
be very depressing.
When I'm sitting at home and I got palm trees out back and it's blue sky and a nice little chill in the air, to me, I am one of those people. I'll easily take the heat of summertime here over the gray skies and no leaves on the trees of up north.
I would love to see Kevin run the Pizza Crossing, though, because he would have a prep just like the
He's
show.
too big for the Pizza Crossing.
But I guarantee you would take that Pizza Crossing to the next level,
Yeah,
just on your organization.
I'd return to its glory days.
You would.
You would.
You would, but it would be a fruitless journey. At the end, you'd be like, I'm just back in Logan.
But not.
He's a Florida boy now.
But all of a sudden, the first location, the mothership doing great. Ralston's opening up his 7th location. Now
Beach Crossings, we take over.
You
Yeah.
broke
Why
open-
have they franchised it? I don't know.
You only put them by train tracks.
This one isn't by train tracks, oddly enough.
Why's the crossing?
Well, we need to.
I don't know.
We're gonna fire her. Clearly, she is not getting the Pizza Crossing
No.
brand. I mean,
Yeah.
she's fucking this whole
Well, maybe I
operation
could
up.
reroute the train, Virginia, so it goes right by the.
Yeah, because customers love eating food right by a fucking train.
Yeah.
I thought that's why they called it Pizza Crossing.
Fire her now.
Yeah,
Kevin.
exactly.
In my head, it was always by a train track.
Never.
Yeah.
I the whole time I knew it wasn't.
And so I want to know about the Hillbilly Elegy. It's got Amy Adams in it, Glenn Close, and it's directed by Ron Howard.
Ooh.
So you would think it'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had those three, can they screw something up?
I don't think Glenn Close has ever won one of those awards. I think she's been nominated a billion times.
Never won an Academy
I
Award?
don't think she has.
Okay, maybe she will for Hillbilly Elegy. I don't know how it works for Netflix, though. It looks like it's a only Netflix type thing.
Netflix is in the game for all that stuff. They're eligible for awards.
Okay, all right. They've talked about some of the best TV shows out there. Rolling Stone gives it to Better Call Saul on AMC for 2020. That is their top show.
People love that thing. That always gets critical acclaim.
It's solid. Like I said, and people always ask, is it better than Breaking Bad? I think Breaking Bad had a little bit more action. Better Call Saul's a little bit more on character development, but I fully enjoyed it. And it's now getting really heavily into cartel stuff. So if you like the action of Breaking Bad, when you get to the 7th season of Better Call Saul, or 5th or whatever it is, it starts getting there. A lot of stuff on Apple TV. Mashable.com, they said the best show of 2020 is Little America on Apple TV. And Slate.com said it's Ted Lasso on Apple TV. Is anybody watching Apple TV?
No.
Tom Hanks, I think, has a movie on Apple TV. All these streaming services, I'm so out of the game. I'm confused.
It's just too much. My brain won't be able to handle it.
I'm just doing apple pie, dog.
That's it, huh?
It's too expensive, too. I mean, when you start adding up all the different streaming services, I mean, I'm sorry, there's budget restraints.
Well, you can jump on my Netflix. You can also jump on my Disney Plus, as you are. You can jump on my Peacock.
I can't jump on your Netflix because I got too many family members. I'll tap you out.
No, you can do it on my Netflix. There's a way to cheat the system.
There is?
Yeah.
I've got 4 people.
I don't feel comfortable talking about this in front of Kevin. I mean, he is a Boy Scout.
He's going to rat us? He won't rat us out.
No, you won't rat us out, but, it's kind of like when you're hanging out with somebody and you're swearing and you're drinking and then you look over and there's a priest next to you. You're like, all right.
Kevin's the priest.
Well, only in this scenario.
Father Alston, forgive
Father
us,
Alston.
for we have sinned.
I like
Okay.
the sound of that. Father
Alston has a nice little ring to it. I'm not Catholic, though.
I always forget that.
You can fake it.
Oh, you can't? Oh, that seems
Yeah.
like a good thing.
So you would be what?
I'm going to lie about being a man of the cloth.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
So what would you be called? Priest Ralston? Preacher Ralston?
For what?
Father? No, you'd be Priest Ralston if you were
Deacon? Is
Deacon
that what y'all
Ralston.
have?
If
Y'all
you
have
were, because you're
deacon?
Baptist, right?
Pastors mainly what they go with.
Pastor
Are you
Ralston.
talking about
If you were a man of the cloth.
Protestants? Yeah, that's. You're not the man of the cloth if you're a Protestant. That's Catholicism.
So the church you go to, you call them a pastor.
Pastor, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's a pastor. Pastor Frank.
And I mean this with respect, they are able to do the hibbity dibbity.
How'd
Not
you
to
hurt
the
yourself doing
congregants.
the?
I hurt my hand when I did the underwear challenge.
Oh boy.
Is it a wrist that clicks?
I think I sprained my wrist. It's not good. But I don't want people hate when I complain about injuries.
Yeah.
So I'm great. I'm doing great.
Tugging right today.
I'm tugging right today. There's no way I could get. I couldn't fight through this. I gotta go righty.
And normally you're a southpaw in the bedroom.
I'm a southpaw. Yes. When it comes to
Well, it's you know what? It's like cheating.
yeah. Well, you're right.
Your left is going to look on with jealousy today.
And my
I
right,
wish that were me.
my right hand does not touch me like my left hand does. It just doesn't.
well,
Yeah.
now it's time to work on it.
Kevin knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm a
There's
lefty, too.
If you're a lefty,
It's weird.
I mean, do you have that? I mean, do I have permission to ask you a masturbation question?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm true. I'm not ambidextrous like you two.
But could you do lefty?
I don't think I could.
It would be awkward. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
But you guys go left. I just stick to my penmanship hand.
I think I'm a lefty in a lot of things in my life. I think I was forced to be righty from Lake Park Elementary. I wanted to write left-handed. Like, no, you write right-handed.
Yeah.
You remind me of a left-handed person. Mm-hmm. They're just a little bit different. They're more like
That sounds like a
quirky.
left-handed.
It sounds like a left-handed compliment. That's
yeah,
what it sounds like.
does. You're fucking insulting me, and I can tell in your tone.
I know some really lovely people that are left-handers.
Lovely people. That's what. Are they good looking? No, they have a great personality. That's the equivalent.
Yeah, I don't know how it lands in. My mom is left-handed, and there are some things that I do left-handed. So I don't know if it's a genetic thing or if it's just whatever. But
So you bop the baloney left-handed, but
Yeah.
you feel comfortable writing.
I write right-handed. I shoot a gun left-handed.
You might be lefty too, dog.
So I do a little bit. There's certain things I do left-handed, certain things I do right-handed. It's very odd. And it feels equally as awkward. Like if I had to shoot a gun with my right hand, it feels awkward like it would feel awkward writing with my left hand.
Speaking of shooting a gun, when you go to the urinal, do you use your right hand or left hand?
Typically my left. My left hand touches my dong a lot more than
Your
my
left
right.
hand is your dick hand.
yeah, my
Yeah.
left hand's my dick hand. It
Oddly
is.
enough, my right touches my ass, my left touches my D.
Kevin, I am the same exact
Maybe
way.
you like to keep them separated.
That's what it is.
That's weird. We have the same kind of thing going
You
on
don't-
there.
You don't want to get shit on your dick.
Yeah, it transfers.
That's
How
always-
embarrassing would that be?
It's always the goal.
Yeah. Imagine if I ever got action, I had shit dick.
Shut it down.
The embarrassment. Yeah.
That's a rough start of the morning.
Yeah. That just would not go well.
You just get back in the shower, right?
Yeah. Well, what if you?
If you
do we
accidentally,
hold-
while you're pooping, get shit on your dick,
Yeah, you gotta-
get back in the shower.
Yes, and you should be. You should be past that in your life if you're of age.
Rocco had so much shit on him the other day. I was like, dude, you got to get in the shower. He's trying to wipe himself, but he is struggling.
What he does with the TP.
Yeah. He just doesn't have the coordination and the rhythm yet. It's like watching a newborn calf try to walk.
Oh, yeah.
He's not doing good.
Okay.
Wow, he's 5'5".
He's 5.
Huh.
He's wiping, but boy,
Yeah.
it's a mess.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little messy for a while, yeah.
I don't remember Magnolia being like this.
Man, it's boys.
Yeah.
Goes everywhere. Yesterday was the 40th anniversary of the death of John Lennon. I don't know if you guys knew that. He was murdered on December 8th, 1980.
I've seen that a lot of people are.
Yeah, people are posting on social.
And Jaybird gave me something I didn't realize, that maybe John Lennon wasn't the best guy after all. You say in this thing that you gave me that he was known to beat women, according to a popular Reddit thread?
There's some definitely stories about John Lennon putting his hands on women from back on the day.
Well, that's not very peaceful.
No,
Wow.
it's not. In fact, I think he was quoted saying something along the lines of, people who aren't peaceful are yearning for peace, and that's why he sang so much for it, because he wanted to be a peaceful person. But
Damn, it was introspective.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they said as he got older, he really tried to make some changes. But I wasn't there. But those are the stories that are out there.
Wow.
In fact, this thread is all about people that we kind of, treat as idols today. And you don't really know, because keep in mind, John Lennon 40 years ago, these are names that are still around and they've got godlike status. But if they were around today, would we look at them like a Mel Gibson or somebody along those lines who you're like going, wow, they weren't the best person? On this Reddit thread, it said Bob Marley was very violent towards his wife, sexually assaulted her, probably the conception of one of his children, cheated, totally absent and unloving to his kids, moody and petty.
Wow.
She put that in a book, and then I think she kind of recanted it after and tried to say different things, but that was out there.
What's the truth?
I know.
That's a pretty bold thing to say about a guy if it wasn't true.
There's
Yeah.
a few things on that list where it was printed in a book, and then it got some heat, and then they're not saying it didn't happen, but they're saying that they were misquoted.
It'd be interesting. I think all the Marleys live in Miami, and almost all of his sons are in music, doing something. He's got a lot of them.
Yeah, and
they'll redo his dad's songs, obviously.
yeah, and again, these are just hearsay stories.
Okay, so we don't even know. The one about Gandhi was kind of crazy.
This is crazy.
Gandhi wasn't peaceful?
He banned his wife from taking Western medicine, and she fell ill and died because he was like, no pills for you. And then he also used to sleep nude with his nieces just to see how much control he had over his sexual desires.
I found that out learning about Gandhi. That there are several sources on that one, that he would do that as a practice to see if he could, resist temptation. And I believe he did, but the fact that he was even doing the experiment.
I need to speak to his nieces.
Yeah.
What's their recollection of said events?
It's weird, man. I mean, again, this is all just stuff that's out there.
Why would you put your niece in that position?
There's other reports on just young girls in general to do that practice.
I don't like it.
Well, no, it's
terrible.
Fuck no.
Even if you don't do anything, it's awkward.
Yeah. They say Elvis liked girls who were uncomfortably young, constantly cheated on his wife, chased his live-in girlfriend around the house with a gun in a drugged-out state, refused to touch his wife after the birth of their daughter.
Yeah,
Wow.
that story's crazy too. I think the king, according to the woman, said that she woke up and he fired a gun over the bed. She woke up and the bullet was over her head.
Oh my God.
Well, the king was on a bunch of drugs,
Yeah,
man.
right. He got on the painkillers or whatever it was.
And he was the king. Imagine, guys with power back then.
Right.
He had a billion yes men around
We're getting
him.
more into the society where we call anyone on their behavior.
You couldn't,
Yeah. Say, I ain't going to fly just because you're the king. Paul Walker was 33 when he started dating a 16-year-old, and he also dated a different 16-year-old when he was 28. He's kind of been
you can't say anything.
immortalized.
Immortalized.
Yeah,
You
the way
cannot
he
say.
died.
You can't make any jokes. People get real pissy.
And I'd only heard stories about what an amazing guy he was, and his character then. But apparently, he liked him young. So
16, huh?
yeah.
What do you say? 33.
That don't sit well
33
with
on
me.
one, 28 with another.
I got a kid on deck to be 16. That don't sit well with mama.
Well, you think of remember Seinfeld. Seinfeld was 38 or 39 with that 17 or 16. Shoshana. And I think technically in New York, he was okay as far as law goes, but the court of public opinion he got. But I feel like he escaped the public opinion.
He did.
I think Stern got on him a little bit about it. And there was some late night jokes, but it got over pretty quick.
Yeah, it's really amazing just in the course of 20 years how societal guidelines have really put you in a position where some of the stuff that somehow you used to get away with, there's no way you could do any of that stuff today.
Well, I was watching an interview with Joy Behar, and she's interviewing a Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
And she's interviewing, and she's laughing. She's like, "So you were dating Linda Blair?" And she was 14, and he was like 20-something, 25.
Yeah.
What's all that about? She's laughing during this interview. This is before #MeToo. I'd say 3 or 4 years before that. There's no way she would have conducted that interview like that. If it was today.
It lighthearted.
Very lighthearted.
Yeah, now it's serious, and
there's
you're
no
a
way
predator. And
she'd be eaten alive.
yeah, a girl don't know what she was doing. And if you love Coco Chanel, said it on this Reddit thread that she was a Nazi and an anti-Semite.
Wow, that's heavy.
Okay. I mean, not to say that I can vouch for any of these things because it is Reddit.
Reddit,
but
yeah.
If you are a big fan of any of them, I think that's the one thing that's key is just to kind of, if you idolize something, if you wear brands, if you associate yourself with something, to know a little something about it. And yeah, doing a quick web search, yes, let's keep reminding people that Coco Chanel was a Nazi supporter. So there's several articles about that.
Really?
I made sure I Googled everything just to see if there's stuff out there. And if you Google any of those stories, there's going to be literature that comes up. Now, whether that's real or not, I don't know.
Yeah, and who knows? There's several articles on it. The French fashion designer was not so secret Nazi supporter. So why do we still see her name and image lauded everywhere from the runway to tote bags? So that is the question about Coco Chanel.
Dang.
Well, it's just weird when you find out stuff, about celebrities that you never heard about. But to Jolly Beard Dan's point, he's right. I agree with this statement. That's why you shouldn't idolize anyone. Human, we're flawed. We're fucked.
But you do have to ask yourself about carrying around a Chanel anything.
Right.
And that's still a big brand. And how do you filter somebody being a reflection of their time? She was born in 1883. Do you have any kind of forgiveness for somebody that grew up in an era where that was popularized and she would have been, in a sense, bombarded with those type of anti-Semitic thoughts nonstop? Yes, I think the better nature of us says you should never, your human nature should say that's not right and never look at that. But that's one of the filter questions as well. But he is definitely right. And it is probably good that if you do idolize any brand, understand what the brand is all about.
Well, even with athletes, people idolize athletes, and then they're so brokenhearted when they're found with 3 hookers covered in blow and cheating on their wife. They're human. Just don't fall into that,
And a lot of them, I'd expect anything. And I've had crazy things from people that I liked, and I even idolized. I always used the Pete Rose story as a kid. He really kind of, I still embody the work ethic and try to play the game the way Pete Rose played baseball. Tim Tebow is the last standing. If Tebow falls off that mountain, if the devil gets Tebow, that's it. That will be crushing to me.
I always said the same thing about if Derek Jeter, they found out Derek Jeter cheated in baseball. Nothing's real to me, Virginia. Yeah. He was the one that did it right.
Yes. So there you go. So interesting stuff. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Wednesday. Thanks for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Another round of the KVJ show to kick off Hanukkah. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.